Hello everyone, Gary Simon here of DesignCourse.com. Welcome to Design Challenge number 29, the review. Now, we had pretty good entries this time around, which tells me I'm actually doing my job and you guys are getting better, so that's great. All right, so before we get to the review, first check out designcoder.io. That is my new 5-hour free, 100% free course on iOS and Android app design and development. All right, so check that out and let's go ahead and do the review. All right, so this is the challenge thread. I'm just going to run through these real quickly. Now, the thing is I think one of the biggest issues we faced is when it comes to the rules, keep it simple. This was one of the biggest issues for some people. A lot of times you went a little bit way too much overly complex. But anyhow, I'm going to run through these right now. So starting here, the first two entries from Helmer, I think are more like jokish ones. So decrease India, good stuff. All right, thanks for the submissions. Danielle Flores. Okay, so again, this is in terms of this being an effective design, it doesn't really look like you could just tell when it comes to the flow of the leaf, everything is just kind of shaky. It looks like it was kind of done quickly. Even though the form's kind of good, it just seems like things need to be tidied up a little bit. Thanks for that. This one is a good one, Bubble C. So this is more of what I was looking for in terms of simplicity, as mentioned in the KISS, keep it simple, and just presentation. So very good right here. Thanks for that. All right, and so this one, unfortunately, is one of the ones that was just way too complex. So too much is happening here for this to be effective in the manner in which I wanted, at least. For like a kind of like a logo design, way too much happening here. It's a cool, for like a poster or something. Yeah, it's definitely effective. I like that, the idea of crowd and fish. Thanks for the submission, though. Let me go back up here to reset to default. All right, so this one is North Camp, and this is great. So we have kind of like the compass north symbol here, but also kind of like a tent. Very good. This is one of the best entries here. All right, so recipe and lock. All right, so this is great. I love it. So this is also a very good entry because we have the lock here, very obvious, and then we have the recipe platter right here. Very good. Good stuff. All right, this one is City in Crayon. So not too bad. It looks like these are mountains perhaps in the background. Probably could have done without those because it would still probably look somewhat the same even with the crowns. So thanks for that submission. Good stuff. All right, two reasonable nouns. The first attempt, kitty and sponge. That's not too bad. I'm not exactly sure if we would know that this is a sponge without, having read it right here. So I probably work in more of these things, like the spongy sort of circles on the sides as well. So yeah, I probably would like to see a little bit thicker stroke on this as well, just because if you were to scale this down, you would start to lose the detail. That's cool too, as well, right here. Not bad. Good stuff. All right, Astrakhan Cart. So this one, kind of redundant in all of the asterisks here, even though you're probably trying to emulate, the sides of a shopping cart or something like that. But just a little bit more simplistic would have been ideal. Maybe just one asterisk worked into kind of like a shopping cart sort of silhouette, if you will. But thanks for that submission. All right, so Maracas in space. So yeah, definitely obviously didn't take, the flat approach, but nonetheless, this, for what it is, this is a good execution of that idea. So cool stuff, good stuff. All right, and moving on here, dollar and pig. All right, no, the dollar sign doesn't violate the rule for the no words or whatever, so that's fine. Looking at this, I actually like the pig itself pretty good. This is, in and of itself, yeah, I like it a lot, but I think it seems like the dollar was kind of just an afterthought. It's kind of slapped on in the background. It'd be nice to maybe have one coming out right here. That would have been ideal. Other than that, I do like the pig illustration. All right, let's see here. So I'm not sure what this is. One has more detail than the other. Wasn't sure how much detail I had to go. So unfortunately, didn't specify what your two words were. Now, if I hit copy image URL, yeah, it's not in the URL either. So unfortunately, I can't really critique this, even though this is a pretty good illustration of a toilet. I'm just not sure what this is. Like maybe a picture frame, like a frame / toilet or something. Oh, well, I can only guess. You can let us know, though. So the words are search and place. So this is pretty good. You know, a lot of people typically associate the little marker with being associated with a place or a map. And then magnifying glass, of course, worked in there pretty well to make a single symbol. This is the type of stuff I was looking for. Good stuff. Thanks for that. All right, and this was Raven. Okay, wait, what? Oh, Raven Shop. Okay, so this isn't too bad. Kind of very stylistic in approach. But so yeah, I like it for what it is. Not bad. Yeah, we got a bunch of... I need to fix some stuff with the form code here so that doesn't happen. All right, so MK Design, Bag and Planet. All right, so yeah, for what this is, not bad. I like the bag design. And this is pretty obvious as well right here. So that's a pretty decent execution. Sorry I can't spend more time on these, but I'm kind of have quite a bit to do, and there's a ton of these to do. All right, so charge and hot dog. So this is more of like an illustration, almost kind of like last challenge, the t-shirt design challenge based on Glenn Jones t-shirt concepts. But for what this is, it's very good. I like the colors and everything, and I like the illustration. Very, very good. All right, so thermometer and guitar. So, yeah, I would have liked to see different colors with this. In terms of the concept, I like how you've integrated, the thermometer in the neck of the guitar, and it also works well for the frets of the guitar as well. I just think the execution of the illustration and the concept could have been a little bit better, just because, I would like to see a little bit maybe more detail, and if not detail, maybe just instead of filling it all in with black, maybe just have a kind of like a strong stroke around it. Or maybe just a little more detail to tell that this is a guitar. Good stuff, though. Thanks for the entry. All right, so this one was Banana and Reindeer. All right, so let me come out. Yeah, that's not actually bad. It looks like it's maybe even coming off of like a branch or something. So pretty good submission here. Yeah, I like that. Just come back down here. All right, so nitrogen and business. So when I first saw this, I thought camera, and just because the size of a camera are usually beveled like this. This looks like multiple lenses, but I understand that now this is supposed to be a briefcase, as mentioned here, and so I would say the one problem, and sometimes this is something that's hard to avoid, is you have an idea of what this is supposed to be, but then other people see it and they'll see something completely different initially. So that's one thing you definitely have to try to stay away from as much as possible, trying to really solidify the fact that this is a briefcase instead of a camera as much as possible. But thanks for the entry. All right, so computer and cherry. So yeah, this would be what I would call too literal, because you just have a monitor here and then just a cherry inside of it. It doesn't really combine it into a single unique symbol. All right, but thanks for the submission anyhow. Now, cherry computer, I'm not sure what this concept right here, like where the computer aspect is, instead of maybe like a person / cherry. Thanks for that anyhow. All right, so my words were helium and facilities. All right, so this one was confusing me. So helium is the balloon, okay? And then the facilities is a pictogram sign of the balloon. Okay, so this is more like maybe like some sort of sign indicating that this is a Helium, thus facilities. I think facilities is kind of very difficult. It's more of like an abstract sort of noun, and in order to try to symbolize that is difficult. So for what it is good though. Thanks for that submission. All right, so this one. All right, so yeah, I have no clue what this is, unless this right here specifies what it is, in which case I can't read it. So in terms of what it is, I like the design. It looks like it was probably something like worm, banana, I would assume. You can verify that for me in the YouTube comments. But yeah, for what it is, I do like it. I like the nice thick stroke, has character. Good stuff, good stuff. Thanks for that. All right, so I've got another one. I got a direction toothbrush. All right, so unfortunately, we weren't supposed to put in words, so you may have missed that in the rules. So if you were to get rid of these, though, that would be probably, we would still understand that these are directional kind of elements right there. And then the toothbrush is real obvious. So thanks for that, though. In other words, our carrot and egg. All right, so yeah, we can see that we have a carrot colors here, but in the shape of an egg, so it's combined into one. So that's definitely cool. Now, if we were to try to like approach this from a logo design standpoint, of course, these the little tiny strokes right here would get lost. I would like to see a little bit more separate, or quite a bit more separation actually between these, but no, that's okay. Thanks for the submission. All right, so this one is Clerk and Dessert. So the clerk is, the person in the business attire, and the dessert's up here. So again, this obviously wouldn't be suitable for a logo because it's just too much happening. So something more like a poster, perhaps. And so for what it is, I would say it's pretty relevant and pretty decently designed. So thanks for that. Branch and mask. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, so not bad. So because if you can see it as a whole, we have this part, this negative space here is for an eye. So if you look at it as a whole, it looks like the left side of a mask that a person would wear over their eyes. And then we have branches. Good stuff. Thanks for taking the time to do that. And this one's rabbit soup. All right, so good. No gradients, so that's good. Yeah, for what this is, not bad. I probably would have made a little bit more sense, possibly just to have this be a different color than the bowl, but that's nitpicking. This is good though for what it is. Nice and simple. All right, so let's see here. Pencil and USB. So yeah, this is really good. I love the colors. Especially up here, everything's very consistent with how it's applied. Maybe with exception just to this. Is that a slight gradient? Not a big deal though. I like it though. Good submission. All right, let's see here. Climb and spark. All right, so, for what it is, very simple, obviously, as I, requested. So yeah, having climb and spark, kind of one of those more difficult ones, but, the traditional spark / lightning rod right there does work, so thanks for that. I probably would like to see a little bit thicker stroke, though. Not a big deal. All right, so my two words are eyeliner and leaf. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Very stylized, nice smooth lines here. Everything kind of flows together well. Good stuff. Nice. All right, so let's see this one. Second, all right, so the words are kidney and hat. So this is pretty good. I like the use of the shadows and kind of how it's stylized right here. Not everything is stroked the same, which it doesn't have to be. It kind of gives it a unique feel to it. So yeah, I like this. Good stuff. Nothing really too bad to say about it. All right, so let's see here. Sofa and drop. So yep, I mean pretty much. One of the most obvious concepts or ways to take this. So you have a sofa and dropping in with a parachute. Cool stuff. I wish you'd seen a little bit larger just so I could see it in a little bit more detail. for what it is, I like it. Good stuff. All right, so let's see here. This time, Ladybug and Square. All right, so you have a ladybug. Well, one problem is it's not a square, though. It's a rectangle because it's longer, or let me see here. Yeah, so this would be a rectangle technically. So if you just would have made this a perfect square, it probably would have been a little bit more relevant. But for what it is, design-wise, good job. Thanks for that. All right, so let's come over here. Hexagon and Loaf. Pretty good here. Good execution of, because obviously this one's a simple one. You have a hexagon and you have a loaf of bread. Make the loaf of bread hexagon, and there you go. Perfect. So yeah, good stuff. All right, this one, I liked it. This is definitely more of like a logo design down here, or a symbol. So we have cruise and shoe. A shoe combined. A ship combined with a shoe. So we have a shoe right here with the heel, and we also have the, it almost looks like this is the front of the ship. I don't know the technical terminology of that, hull or whatever. And then the back, and very good. Probably one of the best entries right here, so thanks for that submission. All right, third attempt, 2 words are phone and bite. All right, so this one, I wish the bite right here would have been maybe a little bit, maybe shown just maybe 1 or 2 more teeth for it to really stand out as an actual bite mark. But that's just a small gripe. For what it is, pretty good. Thanks for that. Winter and flower. All right, so let's see here. Winter and flower. So I would assume the winter element comes in through the color blue. So yeah, I guess that's pretty decent. I would have liked to see maybe a flower combined with a snowflake somehow, but yeah, for what it is, pretty good though. Thanks for that submission. Oops, I gotta fix that part of the site because it's not working. There we go. Here's the third and final page. Okay. Fire and Death. Yep, not bad. Definitely a relevant approach to this. Yeah, nothing really too negative to say about this. Definitely works well for those 2 words. Needle and Summer. So this is a very obvious take on it. It kind of seems like, you did a sun here, and then we just slapped on a needle in the background. So they're not really truly one in the same in terms of their, you combining them into a symbol. What would have been a little bit better maybe is bringing this portion out in front, maybe stabbing the front right here, and then coming out the back. It would be a little bit more effective. But thanks for the submission anyhow. 2 words are Bobcat and Visitor. Okay, so this is very good vector work right here. Definitely like the use of this to symbolize fur. These type of thick strokes definitely works very well for logos. So very good entry in that regard. Up here, everything's great. The visitor aspect, I mean, that's a tough one. That's a tough noun to even symbolize. So I think you did pretty good in trying to make it look like, some type of stranger with the hat up here. I think probably just leaving all this stuff out, this as well, because I wasn't sure exactly what this portion is down here, and get rid of the string that attaches to the hat, and just have the top portion would have been much better. But that's just a small gripe. Very good entry though and design. All right, Earth and Ink. All right, so I would like to see this maybe worked with a little bit more here, possibly, just in terms of actually no, this is actually pretty good for what it is. Yeah, because it's very simple, which is what I wanted. You can tell this is Africa here, so good stuff. Thanks for that. Now this one, I wasn't sure how this would, well, so I guess you could say these are ink, kind of like splatters or drops. But the earth is kind of hard to make out. I understand this is green, so that's supposed to be the earth, but that's still real abstract in order to get those ideas across. But thanks for the submissions. All right, and another one here, and this one was just idea person. So very obvious sort of attempt. When it comes to showcasing it, when it comes to gray and this white, or yellow rather, makes it a little bit hard to see. I probably would have outlined this in black, and a thick black stroke, kind of thick as this guy's arm possibly. That way you could see it a lot better than just relying on the yellow itself. But for what it is, good stuff. Thanks for the submission. All right, my nouns were interview and hell. So yeah, this definitely works for, you know, the route of like a poster, or, you know, because it's very illustrative. But for what it is, I like this over here too. I like the colors. Very good. So that's pretty much in terms of having those. Interview is one of those difficult things. I don't understand how it's a damn noun, but because it's not a physical object. But this is good though. Thanks for that submission. Balloon in Spain. All right, pretty obvious. One thing I would wish you've done when it comes to showcasing it, like on this mid darker gray, it kind of clashes with this red. You can still see it, and there's a decent amount of contrast on it, but yeah, there's a lot of clashing going on. But other than that, you know, this is a pretty straightforward attempt at taking these two ideas and combining them, so not bad. All right, so let's see here. July and Spear. All right, so let's see here. So I assume the July aspect comes in with the, you know, the fact that it's summer, and you know, this is vegetation coming out there. So not bad. I like this one the most. Let's see here. Oops, other entries right here. This is battery plane. I really like this one. Definitely good symmetry going on here in the colors I like as well. So very good. You can see the battery here, but it's also morphed into a plane. Good stuff. Accordion and peak. This is a real unique concept. Even though I like this design better than this, but I might like this concept better than this one, just because you have the accordion in and of itself right here, but there's also a peak to work within it, and it just works real well as a monogram. So good stuff. All right, so my name is, you're gonna love your videos. Okay, here we go. Helium and Satan. So we just have this H letter mark with these coming off the top, or the sides rather. So not bad. I kind of just adding them onto the side. That's not bad. Let me see here. Muscle and vitamin. All right, so this is obviously a pill. Let's see, we're gonna take out some of the other ones here real quick. Rabbit and vase. This is pretty good. This is better than the other two, I would say. And then maple and stick. I think I like this one probably the most, just because you can see it's a single shape and everything's connected together. But you could definitely see the maple leaf and also the stick right here. So thanks for the submissions. And that is it. All right. So unfortunately, I couldn't dedicate as much time as I usually do to each entry. But this was just a fun sort of design challenge, just to see how you guys approach this yourselves. So I'd say overall you did pretty good. So yeah, make sure that you, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe here on YouTube, and also check out the design courses if you haven't yet, and the one-on-one training. All right, so look out for a new challenge, number 30. Maybe I'll try to do something extra cool tomorrow. All right, so I'll see you later. Goodbye.